Goku vs. Hajun. In Shinza Bansho cosmology, Hajun exists as the sixth heaven, the ultimate Taikyoku god, a being whose very presence distorts the throne of creation. His law, Tengu-do, embodies absolute rejection of all other existence. He doesn't destroy universes, he erases the concept of them. His law of Hado allows him to overwrite the very metaphysical laws that defines reality. In Shinza lore, the gods aren't bound by physics, and Hajun's law nullifies all others. This means every opposing law instantly collapses in his presence. It's not about who hits harder, it's about whose law dominates. Now if we look at raw feats, Hajun obliterated the throne's innumerable structure, the Shinza multiverse, by simply existing. The throne contains countless universes stacked infinitely. But what if I told you it wasn't infinite? It is defined as the collective sum of all possibilities of the universe, splitting off and manifesting as innumerable realities and existences. The word innumerable is weaker than infinite. Innumerable implies too many to count, but not necessarily mathematically infinite. But CC Goku, by contrast, scales to characters like Demigra and Super Shenrons, beings who casually manipulate infinite timelines and rewrite reality at will. The Super Shenron literally recreated 12 universes from nothing, and Goku in Heroes continuity surpasses beings that can toy with those entities. So in a pure power sense, both are operating on incomprehensible scales. But Hajun's conceptual hacks means he deletes his opponent's meaning. However, Goku's essence exists across infinite parallel continuities. He's fought and adapted to beings who warp logic and collapse possibility. If you break it down into scaling chains, Hajun sits around hyperversal in basic interpretations. CC Goku in Heroes, depending on source stacking, hits high outer versal minimum and reaches narrative level influence, interacting with the very story through God Trunks, Demigra, and the Time Nest. But when we talk hacks versus resistance, Hajun's erasure is instantaneous but bound by his domain. Once his law is countered or equalized, he can be contested. Goku's Ultra Instinct gives him automatic reaction and adaptive combat that bypasses conscious process, meaning he can react to and adapt to conceptual phenomena the moment they occur. And since UI Goku has already shown resistance to erasure-type hacks from beings that transcend time and dimension, there's at least narrative precedence that his will can counter conceptual negation. Goku's adaptive transcendence combined with his scaling in CC continuity lets him exceed Hajun's level conceptually. In other words, it's not about power anymore, it's about narrative supremacy. Hajun is the god of annihilation, Goku is the embodiment of progression, and progression always wins in fiction. Goku has feats and statements placing him equal to or beyond meta-cosmic beings, and since his limitless potential scales infinitely, Hajun's absolute becomes just another wall for Goku to break. Now you know Goku wins against Hajun. That's the end of the video. Drop a like and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, stay limitless.